that shit back. You're live. Okay. Maybe we're back now.
Maybe, potentially. I hope so.
Yeah, it looks like it's good now.
It says we're live. Okay. All right, folks. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
I have no clue what happened other than divine intervention by Mike Leach.
We cut off.
We cut off at about the 6-minute mark. We were waxing poetic about Texas Tech and Mike Leach.
Coach from heaven looking down. All right, well, we're back. Sorry about that, everybody.
Anyway, so, yeah, you know, we talk about the 2007 college football season all the time, but a lot of folks, I mean, we remember it obviously because we live in the state of Texas, but the 2008 Big 12, specifically the Big 12 South, when they had to go to 5 tiebreakers between UT, Texas Tech, and OU because of Texas beat Oklahoma. Texas Tech beat Texas.
Yeah,
and then Oklahoma.
It was like a merry-go-round, like
breaks off of Texas Tech.
Yeah, it was like a merry-go-round of like it just kept eating its own tail type situation.
Like the Pac-12 does every year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those were like I remember. I think I don't know if he was still there. No, I don't know. I don't know if he was still there. No, because he got fired in 2009. I'm just thinking of weird Texas Tech players. I remember that. I don't know why I remember this guy so vividly. I don't even know if he was that good. But Texas Tech had a wide receiver, maybe a tight end named Alex Torres. I remember him a lot.
Yeah.
And, I can't find his highlights anywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah.
One of those
the air raid offense.
One of those players that kind of fade into obscurity after the years, you know.
And he wasn't even that big of a thing. He was just decent at Texas Tech when Texas Tech was. I remember one year, I was 2010, 2011, maybe Oklahoma was ranked real high, and Texas Tech played them in Lubbock and ended up winning. Texas Tech's always good for an upset. Texas Tech, they like upsetting people.
Upset Texas this year. That was fun. That was a fun little game.
Yeah.
But yeah, R.I.P. Mike Leach. I imagine it'll be a very teary scene come that bowl game against the Illinois. You know, you think about like big moments in sports that involved, you know, someone dying. I can't remember the guy's name, but there was a couple years back there was a wide receiver in the NFL that like his daughter died or something, and he caught a touchdown pass and just like collapsed and started crying. Like I think about, you know,
he played for the 49ers.
I can't remember his name or what the full situation was, but I just think about moments like that, and you know, that's, to me, that's one of the most iconic things about sports in general is just how they connect people, and how they, you know, how you can vindicate a terrible thing happening by just sort of having a moment like that. You know, the magic of it.
The game Devin White had after his brother died, when he balled out against the Falcons.
Yeah.
When Jameis Winston was still in Tampa Bay. What's another one? I mean, there's been plenty. Like the game that, I don't want to talk about him. He's awful.
I don't remember. I don't remember. Obviously, it was fake. But the game that Manti Te'o had, his fake girlfriend died. Didn't he ball out that game?
Yeah, he did.
I think he did. Like, I don't know.
Have you watched that documentary, by the way?
Oh God, yeah, I've seen both episodes. It's crazy. The nation owes him an apology, but we're not. We talked about that already earlier in the year. We're not going to get into that. But we'll talk some results because we got a lot of games to pick this week. It's bowling week, baby.
We do. We one more thing. Somebody on TikTok, college football sphere type people I was watching, was talking about how one of the things we love the most about college football, and I fully agree with everything he was saying, was that, you know, in the NFL, players last a long time, right? And, like, you know, Tom Brady's been playing since the rocks were soft, right? And it's like you get used to it. But, like, in college football, like, there's these characters that we have, like a Mike Leach, a Lane Kiffin, a Sam Pittman, a Nick Saban, and these are all just SEC coaches. Like we have like characters and like players that like are really good in college and maybe they're really good in the NFL or they're just really good in college and those. And the longer I've watched college football, the more I realize there are some players that are going to be spectacular in college. They're going to ball out in college and they're never going to do anything in the pros, and that's completely fine.
Yeah, and that's vice versa.
And vice versa. They're not going to do anything in college and get to the pros and do everything.
Right.
Like a few that come to mind that were amazing in college. And we had these three guys in college football in the same year. I just want to appreciate this. Johnny Manziel, Tavon Austin, and DeAnthony Thomas were playing college football, and Mantateo. And speaking of the Heisman ceremony, Colin Klein too, right? Like he was like another version. He was like Kansas State Tim Tebow, basically.
Yeah.
That's what he was built like. That's what he played like. And, he was like a Christian like Tim Tebow was, but he just wasn't as like in your face about it as Tim Tebow is.
And then you look at Brock Purdy, who had, very reasonable years at Iowa State, and then all of a sudden now he's with the 49ers and stumbled upon
and just put a beat down on the Bucs.
I mean,
thank you, by the way, San Francisco. As a Cowboys fan, I really do not want to see Tom Brady in the playoffs. We already played the Buccaneers once this year and lost to them. I don't want to see him again.
I'd rather see them.
So Carolina, thank you for beating the Seahawks because y'all might sneak into the wild card game.
I would rather, honestly, I just don't want the 49ers. I really don't.
I'll take my chances against rookie Brock Purdy in the playoffs again. If you make me pick between rookie Brock Purdy and Tom Brady, I'm picking Brock Purdy.
This is a different Tom Brady though. This is a washed up Tom Brady. What's up, Brian?
Oh, I agree with you. Brian says round 2. What's up, man? Sorry it cut off on us. We have no clue what happened.
Can't explain that one.
Also thank you, Detroit, for beating Minnesota. Cowboys are getting that number 1 seed. I'm telling you,
listen, man,
stamp that shit. We're getting it.
Next year, NFL podcast. I have lots of opinions.
I do too.
And speaking of opinions, we had some opinions last week that some did and did not come to fruition. Spencer, you were 4-3 on the week. I was 5-2. The Trojans let both of us down. God damn it. Of course they would.
But Caleb Williams won the Heisman, so.
Hey, man. Even he don't lose the same the rest of us do. UCF did fall to Tulane, and Tulane's got a big time matchup in the bowls. We'll talk about it in a little bit. I'm sure you're going to be big on that game. You picked NC over Clemson, of course. That did not go your way, and then Army did beat Navy.
I don't know why I did that.
For the first time ever in this 140-something year rivalry, right? And how long it's been?
Went to overtime.
How
overtime's only been a thing since 1996. So
that's also true.
Like you say, like first overtime game ever, yeah, but we've only been doing overtime for.
But how many of them would have?
Almost.
How many ended in a tie?
We can find that out.
Let's find that out. Yeah, look it up.
Army versus Navy all-time record.
Yeah, look that up. But yeah, no, it was an interesting week. Nothing, no crazy. The upset we did pick, funny enough, was that K-State was going to upset TCU, and sure enough, they did.
And they did.
And somehow TCU still made it into the playoff.
Which is the correct choice, playoff committee.
Yes.
USC, if y'all done y'all's damn job, Ohio State wouldn't be in, and y'all would be in.
It would be a lot more fun. It would be a lot more fun to play. Georgia's still going to win it off, but it'll be more fun to get there. Will says even when the Trojans lose, they win. Yes, because they got Lincoln Riley. It's what Oklahoma used to be, but this year they went 6-6. So let that sink in. But Lincoln Riley is the promised land. You can always count on.
So the 2022 meeting
season.
All-time series Army-Navy. Navy leads the series 62-54-7.
Wow. And so there have been ties. Okay. So this is the first time in the overtime era they've gone to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, it's 5-2 for me for the week. Overall, right now I got to 70 wins, 70-39. Spencer's at 67-42. Scores didn't change a ton because there was no big upsets that we picked or vice versa.
I don't think I'm catching you in points. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, we have a lot of games to pick this week. There is a possibility. There's a strong possibility because we're picking like 15 games this week.
Jesus Christ!
It's bowl season, baby.
Bowl season, baby. Let's go. Are we doing any of the big games this week? Or are we doing?
We're doing them all.
We're doing every bowl game.
Every bowl game, even the playoff games, and then of course our final episode will be whenever we make our picks for the Natty and we tally up who did best on the year type beat.
We're doing the playoff games tonight.
Doing the playoff games tonight.
So we're doing a whole New Year's Six and then a bunch of other ones.
Correct.
I don't know if you have it in there, but there's a bowl game I want to talk about.
All right.
When we get to it in a minute. Or we can talk about it now. It don't matter.
We'll see.
Do you have the Las Vegas Bowl in there?
Maybe. Let me see what we got.
All right.
So, let me get them pulled up real quick. And then I'm going to need this here, and I'm going to need this here, and I'm going to need this here. Okay, great. So, our opening bowl game is going to be Cincy at Louisville. At quote-unquote Louisville. It's a neutral site, all the bowl games. It's going to be at Fenway Park. The Bearcats and the Cardinals.
Have you seen the field that they've got set up for this bad boy?
I have not. Let's find out. Let's take a look at it.
Very weird. This is some very sickos committee type shit.
Let's see.
I'd like to tell you that A&M made the sickos committee playoffs.
I don't want to hear this.
with Iowa, Nebraska, and Northwestern.
I don't want to talk about this. Time, the past month. Let's see. I want to see this field. This is trippy. Oh, I don't know how to feel about this.
This is very weird. Football in a baseball stadium is always very weird.
It feels crowded. Like it doesn't feel like it's the right size. Like I'm sure it is, but it doesn't feel the right size.
Yeah, it feels like. For whatever reason, baseball parks feel smaller than football fields.
They do, even though they're
not.
Right, like we have physical evidence here. Like you can still see the ALDS logo that was down here on the bottom right corner that's still kind of growing back. But yeah, this is crazy.
ALDS?
Mm-hmm. This is crazy to see, though.
It is. I didn't think the Red Sox made the playoffs this year. That must be from past because...
Could be. Maybe did they play any game? Whatever, I don't know. But it is what it is. That's on the field. But whatever it is, and this actually might be from previous years, but this is how it was going to look, essentially.
Yeah.
But, man, how cool
this
would
has
it
to be previous years.
It has to be previous years. Yeah. It might have been the year they went. But all that to be said, crazy to see this. I know Oakland the Raiders used to have a similar thing, didn't they? They shared it with the
Coliseum. That's where the Athletics still play.
Yeah. So they shared it, and that always tripped me up too because that field just looks different. But hey, you got to do what you got to do.
That stadium is god awful.
Yeah,
the fans in Oakland don't deserve that shit. Although they're probably about to lose their baseball team because the Athletics are probably moving to Vegas too.
Can you imagine? Poor Oakland. God. Hey,
now y'all got a basketball team in Vegas. Yeah. You got the Golden Knights, the Raiders. You're gonna have the Athletics soon, and then put a basketball team over there.
But speaking of Vegas, Vegas has this game with Louisville as a 1-point favorite. Power Index likes Louisville by the slightest margin. Who you got? The Bearcats and the Cards.
I think Scott Satterfield, former coach of Louisville, has now taken the head coaching job at Cincinnati. So he's essentially switched sides in this game, which is very funny.
That's cursed.
I forgot who hired Luke Fickell. I forget who hired Luke Fickell. Where did he go?
Ole Miss? Did he go to Ole Miss? Am I making that up?
He's a head coach. I don't know where he went.
I know he's a head coach, but I thought he took like an assistant job at Ole Miss. Maybe I'm making that up.
No. He took a head coaching job. I just don't remember where.
Oh, I did read about this. If I could spell. Luke Fickell, not Luke Fickell. Ohio State in 2011. Where is it? I don't know. Wisconsin.
There you go. Luke Fickell to Wisconsin.
That's what it is.
Wisconsin. Yeah, I'm going to go with Cincinnati, I think. What did you say? You said Cincinnati?
I'm going with the Cards. I think it's cursed. I think that they're going to pull it out. I think they're going to avenge.
What are the records of these two teams? What are the overall records?
Louisville's 7-5 since he's 9-3. Should be on the screen. Isn't it on the screen? Should be.
Yeah, it's on the screen now.
Give me the Cards.
Give me Louisville too.
All right.
Give me Louisville too.
All right. Cards and the Cards.
American Athletic Conference matchup. Oh, Also, this renews a rivalry. They play for the Keg of Nails.
The Keg of...
By the way. The Keg of... Look it up. It's a real trophy. They play for the Keg of Nails. Cincinnati and Louisville do.
Keg of Nails.
They haven't played since Louisville left the American for the ACC.
Deadass. It's a Keg of Nails.
It's literally a Keg of Nails.
Amazing.
Yeah, they haven't played for it for a while. I just remember back in the day when Teddy Bridgewater was at Louisville and they were playing Cincinnati. I remember he was in the crowd, and I guess he played Cincinnati. Back then they played every year, and he was in the crowd, and he was like warming up, and the crowd was singing like Cincinnati's fight song, and he was doing like the hand motion with them. It was cool as shit.
Oh yeah.
We are talking about this game.
Yeah. Of course we are. Your 6-6 Florida SEC East Gators and the Oregon State Beavers is going to be in Allegiant Stadium, which is who is it? Whose field is that?
Vegas. It's the Raiders.
Ah, okay.
The stadium looks like the Death Star.
Yeah, it's exactly what it looks like, actually.
I would like for you to look at the sponsor of this bowl game.
SRS Distribution, Las Vegas Bowl.
Guess what company I work for?
Oh. I feel like you made this joke last week. It's like a subsidiary
because
company.
Because I didn't work for them last year.
Okay.
I work for a. Also, if any work people are watching this, all the opinions in this show don't reflect the company or whatever.
Yeah, you're just pointing out facts.
Yeah. I work for a pool supply company called Texas Pool Supply, and we are owned by SRS Distribution. So,
well, who you got in the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl, my boy?
Brian says Chomp 'em Gators, and like,
ooh, interesting.
It's gonna be a fun game to watch, but give me the Beavers.
You taking the Beavers, huh?
I think so. You never know, because if Anthony Richardson shows up for this game, it'll be fine. Like, Florida will be good, but which Anthony Richardson are we going to get? Are we going to get...
This Florida team has made me scratch my head more this damn year. Like, they squashed A&M, who admittedly was not great, but they squashed them. They squashed South Carolina, who has been pretty solid with Spencer Rattler. They were very close in their loss to Florida State. They seem to have been getting better, but then they just have these other shit losses. How do they lose? And they lose to Vandy. Like, I don't understand what this Florida team is this year. I truly cannot figure it out. This team could blow Oregon State out. This team could lose by 20. I have no clue.
Which is why I'm picking the Beavers, because I don't know which Florida team's going to show up.
It's a coin flip for me, but I'm going with the Gators just because shenanigans. So give me the Gators.
Yeah. This is a very...
All right, Washington State at, quote-unquote, at Fresno State. This is the, what bowl is this? This is the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl presented by Stifel.
Off the rip, Washington State.
Yeah, straight up.
Rest in peace, Mike Leach.
Yeah, give me Washington State. I agree. They've been good enough. Fresno State though is looking pretty solid down the stretch, but I don't know. I think Washington State's got the sauce. Vegas agrees. No, Vegas is taking Fresno by 3 points.
This one's from Mike.
Yeah, I'm taking Washington as well.
As soon as you said Washington State, I didn't care who they were playing. That's who I was picking.
Didn't matter. SMU, BYU in the what game is this? New Mexico Bowl. BYU, technically the home team here. Vegas, I think, has this one. Oh no, okay. No, they're saying BYU is a 5.5 point favorites here. So the Mustangs are your dogs. It's going to be a 6:30 ABC spot. Should be a pretty good game. Who you got?
Battle of two private religious institutions. These two played in a national championship back in the 80s. I want to say 84. It was SMU and BYU in the Natty.
I wonder what kind of
BYU
stats.
ended up winning.
I wonder what kind of stats like that we're going to have in like 50 years. And they're like, Look at Alabama over here in the New Mexico Bowl. Remember that time a couple years they were really dominant because they were in the SEC, and now they're like in the AAC or some shit.
They're in the American.
Yeah, they're gonna come up with some new conference like the Middle East, whatever. I don't know. That'd be a wild timeline.
I haven't watched a lick of BYU this year. I don't know anything. Like BYU has been like back on track. So has SMU the past couple of years. But I know, Tanner Mordecai at SMU throws it all over the yard, and I like what SMU's been doing. I like their uniforms. Yeah, give me the Mustangs. I'll go with them.
Yeah, I'm taking the Mustangs as well.
Brian says whoever loses is who God hates.
Here should be a fun one, a sneaky fun one. Your 7-6 North Texas Hawks, is that what they are?
Mean Green.
Why do I think they were the Mean Green versus the Broncos of Boise State. It'll be in Toyota Stadium. It's going to be a night game, Frisco Bowl, 8:15 kickoff. Boise State looking like a 10-point favorite in this one. Is North Texas going to upset them, or is Boise taking it?
Boise all the way.
Same. Agree.
I'm never going to pick against Boise. It's one of my favorite. If I had to pick like top 5, they're probably number 4.
Yeah, top 5 in the A5.
Yeah.
Baylor, Air Force in the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl.
How funny. Brian says never bet on a directional team. How funny is it that Baylor had to watch TCU? They were ready to storm the field.
Yes.
And had to watch TCU run a fire drill field goal to win the game 29-28 and beat them when they thought they were going to upset their biggest rival, who was also undefeated. And now they had to watch their biggest rival go to their conference championship. Yeah, they lost, but they had to go to their conference championship, make the college football playoff, and now Baylor has to play their bowl game in TCU Stadium. That's just, you can't write that any better.
That's
Give me
like,
Air Force.
That's a One Tree Hill ass plot line. Man.
Give me Air Force.
Baylor's
they run the ball like nobody's business.
They do, and as we know, the Big 12 can't stop the run. Man.
Big 12 don't play defense, bruh.
Well, and here's the thing. I think Air Force is just going to dominate the time of possession. Their defense is...
Yeah, Baylor's not going to have the ball.
I think their defense is sneaky good, and if they can get a couple key 3 and outs, they're just going to keep the ball. They're just going to play keep away. Give me Air Force too, honestly. Not going to lie. You kind of...
I've seen them stats. They're giving Baylor a big jump. Give me Air Force.
Don't like that, huh? Fuck out of here.
Give me Air Force.
What's
the point spread on this one? Bet the under in this game, because I promise it's hitting. Speaking of the under.
It's 49.
That's under? Yeah. Bet the under.
Under.
Yeah. Baylor's not going to have the ball long enough to score that many points. Speaking of the under, Army versus Navy, the under had hit 16 times in a row.
And we were like, take the under.
This year.
We were like, take the under.
And we were like, take the under.
Sure enough.
This is why we don't take financial advice from us.
Don't listen to us. The Independence Bowl, the Raging Cajuns, the Cougars of Houston. It's going to be in Independence Stadium, and it will be in Louisiana. It'll be the 23rd. It'll be Christmas Eve. Who you got?
Two of my, if you had to make me pick top 10, these are two of my favorites. We thought Houston was going to be a little bit better. They're good in basketball this year. We thought Houston was going to be a little bit better than they are. And the Cajuns, they kind of skid since Billy Napier left. Still two good programs, two teams I enjoy watching. But what was the guy's name at was Levi Lewis? Was that his name? Quarterback for Louisiana. I like give me Houston. I think their offense fire. Clayton Tune is a good QB. He can kind of throw it all over the yard and make things happen, and they got a bunch of athletes on.
Yeah,
Give me the Cougars.
This would be a sneaky close game. I think Raging Cajuns have been running the ball pretty well all year. I'm going to take the Cajuns in a very close one. And honestly, I think it's going to come down to like a field goal. It's going to be pretty close. But give me the Cajuns.
Yeah. Red and white versus red and white. I want a Raging Cajuns t-shirt. You know, reasons.
For reasons.
Yeah.
In the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl, we got Wake Forest, we got Mizzou. Both teams barely bowl eligible. Wake Forest, after a big skid, because they started out real hot. Remember, they were taking it to Clemson. They had them in overtime, blew it, and then it kind of just fell apart from there. Who you got in this one?
This is Wake Forest and who?
Mizzou.
Oh. Yeah, because I couldn't remember who it was. Give me Wake Forest.
Brian says Oregon might get Uiagalele's brother. Interesting. How many damn cousins and brothers they got in that family?
They're Hawaiian, a bunch.
I guess so.
Give me Wake Forest. This offense is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And Mizzou is not good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give me Wake Forest as well. I agree. Almost not complicated.
Sam Hartman's gonna light him up.
He just might.
I'm so upset that Bad Boy Mowers doesn't sponsor the Gasparilla Bowl anymore.
I know, isn't that heartbreaking?
I'm so upset by that. Yes.
In the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, R-A-T-E, Guaranteed Rate Bowl, we have Wisconsin going to see Oklahoma State.
Wisconsin made a bowl game?
Wisconsin made a bowl game. Isn't that crazy? 6-6.
Wisconsin was bad.
The Cowboys and the Badgers, tale as old as time. Vegas says Wisconsin is the favorite here by a field goal. Oklahoma State says, I don't know about it. I think I should be the dog here. But then again, you get skid like you do and you lose 4 of your last 5 games, including one to 6-6.
Spencer Sanders gets hurt and enters the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give me Wisconsin. I think Graham Mertz is in the portal too.
Yeah, and of course Wisconsin did just pick up Lou Fickell.
Yeah,
maybe things are gonna swap a little bit, but yeah, give me the Badges.
Really got to watch your consonants on that bowl game.
You do.
Bowl game, man.
You do.
Gasparilla.
No, that's not what he was referring to.
Which one did I miss?
The Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Good God. Is it the ESPN servers just taking forever? Whatever. Our next game is UCF and Duke in the Military Bowl presented by Paragon or Paraton, whatever it is. Yeah, man.
Peloton, like the stationary bikes?
No. Not Peloton. Paraton. Like a pair of tons. Good God.
The guarantee.
Whatever.
The Guaranteed Rate Bowl.
Yeah, UCF and Duke. Both teams 4 losses apiece. Duke is a 2.5-point favorite. Over/under.
Duke went 8-4 this year.
Duke went 8-4.
I haven't heard about Duke all year. Nobody said a word about Duke.
I think they lost early, and so they weren't really on any radars. You know, a lot of teams get to 4 losses, but it happens later in the year once all the hype is played out. I think Duke lost pretty early. They won 4 of their last 5, so yeah, I'm thinking they lost most of their games early.
Okay.
But yeah,
give me UCF.
Yeah, give me UCF.
Simply because I don't know anything about Duke, and I like John Rice Plumlee a lot. So
yeah, Plumlee.
And he's gonna be back at UCF next year, so you always got to trust the Gus Malzahn coach team.
Yeah. I'm gonna stick with the illusion that Tulane is actually very good, and that's the reason they beat UCF. Not that UCF is actually trash. So I agree. Give me UCF. And then, my boy, we have what I'm affectionately referring to as the Battle of Broken Dreams this year. 2 teams that, if you can believe it, finished 6-6. And if it'll load, I'll show you. Arkansas and Kansas. Scrub of the Year award goes to
winner of this game gets to choose how the state's pronounced.
Is it Arkansas or is it Arkansas or is it Kansas?
Do you know why it's pronounced Arkansas?
Why?
because way back in the Gap, there was dudes running for governor of Arkansas, and one of them wanted to be called Arkansas. The other wanted to be called Arkansas, and the guy who wanted to be Arkansas won.
Is that true? Or did you just make that up?
No, I'm serious.
Do you say Nevada or Nevada?
Kidding. Yes. Nevada.
I say Nevada too, but apparently it's actually Nevada. Like if you go to Nevada, they pronounce it Nevada.
That's the South Texas in us.
Doesn't that just make you want to spit like here in Nevada?
Yeah, there's like a lot of pronunciations in the state of Texas that are.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, the county very near San Antonio, it's spelled Bexar, and it is pronounced Bear County, like the animal.
Please, can we not do this right now?
It should be Behar County.
I can't believe that's real.
I have a bunch of other complaints, but I will save them.
Yeah, that gives me anxiety. Who you got? You got the Jayhawks or the Razorbacks, the Reeboks or the Nikes?
I don't know. I like both of these teams. Will says no, air it out.
No, talk to him.
Brian says, so we were almost Boston, Oregon.
Boston, Oregon. I can't.
Portland got named on a coin flip. It was either going to be named after Portland, Maine or Boston, Massachusetts. Portland, I'm glad Portland won. I'm not going to lie to you.
I thought you were about to talk about the Holiday Bowl when you mentioned the Broken Dreams. Oh, there's several Broken Dreams game. That's the Broken Nightmares game, though.
Will says, I got animated to listen to dinner to eat.
All right, Willie, be good, boy. Boston, Oregon.
I don't know if that means he's leaving the chat, but yeah, I think he wanted to air out my grievances. Anyway, give me Arkansas.
Yeah.
Like
big boy football.
I told you when Kansas started 6-0, they might not win another game. They did not.
Yeah. No, give me Arkansas. Big boy football. I think they're the listen. When you can hang that close with the LSU team, when you can beat Ole Miss, yeah, you're the better team here. I'm taking Arkansas all the way.
Also, Mizzou, y'all some punks because they were offered this game to renew their rivalry with Kansas, and Mizzou said no.
Damn it!
Y'all could have done it. Y'all could have played the border war for the first time in 11 years. Y'all didn't do it. Anyway.
Well, time for the Broken Nightmares bowl
This is the game I think we're talking about.
This is Oregon and North Carolina. Two Heisman hopefuls that ended up being just fucking disappointment.
Yeah.
This is the what could have been bowl.
These teams had lofty expectations. Oregon was looking good there for a hot second. Nick's got hurt. And then they skidded a couple times. And North Carolina they were looking good too. Great colors in this game too.
Oh god, yeah. This will be fun to watch.
I want it to be like, I want Oregon to wear all yellow and I want UNC to wear all like light blue. That would be just
It's going to be an Oregon team and a North Carolina team traveling to California to play in this game. It'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff on Fox on the 28th. Drake May should be playing. Bo Nix should be playing as well, unless I'm mistaken, Brian. Last I heard, he's.
It looks like the Ducks are favorite in this one.
Yeah, I'm taking the Ducks here. Honestly, I think the North
I'm
Carolina,
also taking the Ducks.
Yeah.
That flight, I'm telling you. It's a body clock.
It changes things. It does change. And Drake May, I don't know what the fuck happened, but this man just lost his thunder. Like, I don't know if he got cursed or he forgot to bring, if he didn't carry him as a
he's going to be very good next year. Watch out for UNC next year, bro.
No, I agree, but something changed. Yeah, give me the Ducks.
This has been like the third year in a row. Brian says last time a head coach left for a bowl game did not pan out. I'm pretty doomer piled, and I gotta watch it at work, which is always bad luck. We're losing this one. I disagree with you, Brian.
Nah, you got it. Time to break the curse.
Yeah. Yeah, the Ducks. Give me the Ducks.
Texas Tech and Ole Miss in the Texas Tax Act Texas Bowl.
This one's in Houston.
Vegas says Mississippi is Ole Miss is a 3.5-point favorite. The over/under is 69.5, so this is going to be a high score. They're thinking.
I believe it.
This will be in NRG, so it'll be in Houston.
Ole Miss, this is going to be essentially a home game for Tech. Ole Miss, they had lofty expectations this year too. They just played some good games against some good people, and they lost. But give me Texas Tech.
Yeah, give me Tech.
Rest in peace, Mike Leach.
Tech's won their last 3. Ole Miss has lost their last 3. They're skidding. Things are changing. The vibe is down. To me, this is. And
everybody thought Lane Kiffin was going to Auburn.
This feels like a big Red Raiders win. So yeah, give me Tech.
Yeah, and Red Raiders going to be fired up, inspired to win for Coach Leach.
Yeah,
even though he hasn't been their coach in 13 years.
Yeah, but it's
it's winningest coach in Texas Tech history.
I really hope that Mississippi State, Texas Tech, and Washington State all win, just to kind of drive that home. Texas and Washington in the Alamo Bowl. Texas is a 4.5-point favorite, says Vegas, and the page is still loading. But yeah, who you got in this one, man?
I'm very seriously considering getting tickets to the game.
You should, man. Bijan Robinson not playing.
I would say
big note.
Bijan's not playing.
Not playing.
Also, Texas. They have more than just Texas, but it started in Austin. Wing restaurant called Pluckers.
And what does this have to do with this game?
Bijan Robinson has a line of mustard called Bijan Dijon.
I love it.
And he has another kind of mustard in that his mustard line. And Pluckers has a sauce to go on their wings made from Bijan Robinson mustard.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I love that.
Yeah, this is going to essentially be a home game for you.
Let me tell you something.
Michael Penix, he's going back to Washington. He's going back to Washington next year. Washington lit it up this year. Team to watch next year.
Yeah, hey, let me tell you
same
something.
with Texas, I think.
I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what teams they have been watching. I don't understand this. Washington will, if not win this game, be extremely close. I'm taking the Huskies here. They have all the momentum right now. I think they're the better team all around.
Every year, the Alamo Bowl is consistently my favorite bowl game of the year.
Yeah, it's always entertaining.
Not even
for some reason. It's
always there's been a couple years, here lately where it hasn't been as fun. I remember the year RG3 won the Heisman. Baylor and Washington played in the Alamo Bowl. That game was fantastic. Yeah. Brian, I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but you've got the Oregon TCU Alamo Bowl, and Oregon was up 31-0. You ended up coming back to win in overtime, one of the largest comebacks in bowl history.
Was that the one where the guy was in the crowd all shaking his head upset?
No, that was when Oregon and Kansas State played in the Fiesta Bowl. Yeah. All right, go ahead. That was you had the purple right, but wrong team. That was when DeAnthony Thomas ran the opening kickoff back.
Yeah, that was a good time.
And and it was so funny, because those two should have played in they were both undefeated with one to go, and Oregon lost a close one to Stanford, and Baylor beat the dog out of Kansas State. Anyway, it was so funny because you listen to the announcers and they were talking about Oregon's time of possession, how they were one of the quickest teams, and then he runs it back in 8 seconds. Mm-hmm. And then they went for 2 after it. Just all gas, no brakes. And
so much fun.
Yeah, so much fun. Yeah, give me Washington as well.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, give me Washington.
Big boy.
I think Michael Penix is going to bring some of that big Penix energy he likes to have.
Had to say it. Had to get it out there.
I did. RG3, you are a delight on commentary. He had a little goof the other night that I'm not going to repeat, but
I have to look it up.
Yeah, he immediately apologized. He said a very insensitive word when he meant another word that rhymes with that word.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Washington.
Bad Boy Mowers, Pinstripe Bowl, Yankee Stadium, Syracuse, the Orange, who got it up to a hot start and then just completely
started off 6-0, buddy.
Yes, sir. And they were looking special until they weren't. And then, of course, you got the Minnesota Golden Gophers, who are, I believe, the favorite in this one. Yeah, they're a whole touchdown and a half-point favorite.
Tanner Morgan still playing quarterback for the Gophers. He's been there since the Bush administration, the first one.
That dude's been around. Not the most.
That dude's been there forever.
Not stupidly prolific this year, but has managed the game well.
Minnesota really sold their soul for that 11-2 season in 2019.
They did. They're running the ball well. Defensively, they're playing really well.
They got that running back that's really good at Minnesota. Muhammad Ibrahim, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Give me the Gophers.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Syracuse won another game.
Agree. This is.
I think they've lost 6. I think they lost their last 6. Started 6-0, and I think they lost 6 in a row.
Yeah,
give me the Gophers.
They won against Boston College, but they lost the everything previous to that. But yeah, no, I agree with you. Oklahoma State and Florida. No, I take it back. 6-6 Oklahoma Sooners in the Cheez-It Bowl taking on the 9-3 Florida State Seminoles. You give me one reason Florida State would lose this game.
They won't. Give me Florida State.
Mike Norvell got them boys cooking. They've won their last 5. Of course, they did have the loss to Clemson earlier in the year, but hey, watch out for Florida State next year.
It should be 8-4.
Mike Norvell, maybe so. But Mike Norvell has these boys he's building a good program.
Florida State might be something to watch next year.
They might be, but I'm taking the Seminoles.
Yeah, 2 college football blue bloods right here. Yeah, give me Florida State. Okay. I was about to say something. It left me.
It'll come back to you. Maryland, NC State in the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
There's the Cheez-It Bowl.
Yes.
But now Cheez-It is the main sponsor of the Fiesta Bowl. So it's no, not the Fiesta Bowl. They're a sponsor of one of the New Year's Six bowl games. So there's the Cheez-It Bowl, and there's the Cheez-It Water Bowl. Yeah, I just want to let you know that.
Cool, good to know.
I love Cheez-It, so.
I already said, okay, yeah. So it's the Mayo Bowl, we got the Terrapins, Maryland, we got NC State, Wolfpack. Who you got?
Devin Leary is transferring from NC State. They had Natalia Tagovailoa is lighting it up. Also, I don't know if the coaches have agreed to do it this year, but I know Shane Beamer did it last year when they won this. When you win the Duke's Mayo Bowl, you get a cooler full of mayo dumped on you. It sounds like an actual nightmare.
We're blowing this game if I'm the coach.
Yeah.
We are blowing this game if I'm the coach.
But they said that, it was a very controlled thing. There wasn't just a bucket of mayo sitting on the sideline. They surprised him. They were, in a room with plastic on the floor, and then, it was a very controlled environment. Still, I don't want that to happen to me.
Yeah, no, thank you.
But also, they give you the option, do you want to take the mayo dunk? And Shane Beamer said he'd do it, and he did it. But if I was a coach and I made it to the Duke's Mayo Bowl,
heavy pass.
No.
Heavy pass.
Polar opposites. Duke's Mayo, best mayonnaise. Winner of the Duke's Mayo Bowl, worst prize. Anyway, yeah.
I'm taking the Terrapins.
Maryland.
Yeah,
give me Maryland.
Yeah.
It ain't week 1, but you know what?
Hey, but you know what? It's week 1 every week if I'm them. I don't know why that's bolded, but whatever.
1 year Maryland and Mississippi State are going to make the playoff, and they're going to play each other. We'll be so confused as to who to pick.
Hell yeah. Pitt, we got the Panthers and UCLA and the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. The Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. Amazing. Who you got? You got Ukala or you got Putis?
Give me UCLA. Dorian Thompson-Robinson's still a beast.
Yeah, he is. They lost a close one to USC. They probably shouldn't have lost. How'd they lose to Arizona?
Because Arizona likes to upset people. That's why.
I suppose you're right. Give me Ukla as well.
Brian Callahan, do you want to take the Mayo dunk? Found the worst pickup line ever.
Yes. Yes.
You go to a dunk tank at a carnival, instead of water, it's mayonnaise.
Oh, God. No quicker way for me to want to leave a place. Notre Dame, South Carolina. This is a fun one. Now, as we know, South Carolina's been looking a little different this year. Spencer Rattler feeling right at home, not getting booed out of the building like he was in Norman. Fighting Irish.
Blowing the dog out of Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Fighting Irish, struggling.
Upsetting Clemson last week of the season. I should have picked South Carolina. I almost did it.
A win against Hendon Hookerless Tennessee. But lost to Florida somehow. Like, again, why is Florida like this? Whatever, I can't decide. But South Carolina looks pretty good. Should be a fun game. Vegas has Notre Dame as a 2-point favorite. ESPN says, nah, they're a big favorite. The over-under is 52. You got to think this is going to be pretty low scoring. It's going to be like a 23-20 affair type beat.
Yeah.
Where's this taking place at? This would be in Jacksonville, so it's not like it's going to be a pretty good flight for either team.
Yeah, I don't trust Notre Dame, like, at all.
Yeah.
I never will. I don't care how good they are. I don't trust them. Give me South Carolina.
Hate to do it, but give me the Irish. I think this is going to be a game that South Carolina should win, but somehow Notre Dame's going to pull it out. Give me the Irish.
Notre Dame always plays. They play these weird bowl games like this, and they do great. Like a few years ago when they beat LSU on day.
Yeah.
What was it? Equanimous St. Brown had that crazy catch.
What a crazy name.
Equanimous and his brother Amon Ra.
That sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
I mean, it's like Egyptian, the winged dragon of Ra. Yeah. Give me the Gamecocks, even though, I just don't trust Notre Dame.
No, that's fair. Our next one is a pretty substantial one, or at least it would have been if we still had Hendon Hooker. Tennessee, Clemson, battle of the oranges. Whoever loses this game has to go to purple next year.
An orange team versus an orange team
in the Orange Bowl. Unbelievable.
Y'all both got to wear all orange uniforms.
Yes.
Tennessee, y'all wear that all orange with them orange helmets y'all had?
This is an absolute.
Will says actually sounds like a Scooby-Doo villain, Amon Ra St. Brown.
It does. It does. Again, don't know why it's loading. I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm taking Clemson here.
Also, I want to say it's an absolute travesty that Hendon Hooker was not in New York for the Heisman ceremony. Why in the blue hell was Stetson Bennett? Stetson Bennett, I love you, bro. Why was he there? Caleb Williams, sure. Yes, Caleb Williams deserved to be there. Max Duggan deserved to be there. C.J. Stroud deserved to be there. But the fact that Hendon Hooker or Blake Corum or
completely shafted
anybody else, Hendon Hooker, Blake Corum should have been there.
Blake Corum,
they both missed one game
on his
apiece.
Shoulder. Yeah, Blake Corum finna have a chip on his shoulder type beat game in the playoff against TCU. He finna run all over them boys.
I think is he out for the season? He might be out for the season.
I thought he was back.
Is he back? If he's back, then. I don't know. But also that backup running back at Michigan is very serviceable. He ran all over.
They're fine.
Them, and he ran all over Purdue in the Big Ten championship. Mm-hmm. Yeah, give me Clemson too. If Hendon Hooker was playing, I'd take Tennessee all the way. Well, Joe Milton is good. The backup at Tennessee is good.
Yeah, he is, and so is the backup.
No, you know what? Scratch that. Give me Tennessee. Tennessee's had magic all year.
Yeah, well, and Uyunglele also is transferring, so they have a backup at both teams. This is going to be like basically.
Hey, Klubnik.
Yeah, this is going to be basically
give me Tennessee
identity teams.
They still have Jalen Hyatt. Tennessee still has Jalen Hyatt, so give me Tennessee. I'm drinking out of an orange water bottle. Give me Tennessee.
Give me the Tigers. This would be a fun ass game to watch though. It's weird because this is not going to be the same game it would have been like 6 or 7 weeks ago. It's completely different.
Yeah.
It feels like next
Imagine
year.
if this was a playoff game.
Oh my gosh, it'd be so much fun.
Imagine if it was Tennessee. Imagine if Tennessee was where Georgia is. If it was like Tennessee, Michigan. Like imagine if it was Tennessee, TCU, Michigan, and USC. A lot of yellow.
It'd be so much fun, man. Here we go. Alabama, K-State.
It's weird to see Alabama in not the playoff.
Hey.
Very weird. I mean, it happened a couple years ago. It happened in 2019.
This feels
but it's weird to see them in.
This feels like
this was the first year with the playoff. No Alabama, no Clemson.
This feels like in 2014, whenever Oklahoma had Trevor Knight and they beat Alabama in like a pretty high-profile bowl game. Remember that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, Kansas State coming off their Big 12 championship. They're playing very well.
Alabama is a 3-point favorite, and Alabama is going to be playing in New Orleans. And you know how well they play in New Orleans.
Well, you know.
Well, not Baton Rouge.
There's only one 190 there, so.
I should say Louisiana.
Yeah, they win Louisiana. Bitches. Anyway, yeah. Every fiber of my being wants this. And I still think Bryce Young is the most mid quarterback to ever mid quarterback. But yeah, Alabama's going to win this game. And I don't think it's that close, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah. Kansas State's got a decent defense for a Big 12 team, but like, and maybe they can shut down Bryce Young. Duggan. I think Max Duggan's better than Bryce Young, so.
Oh God,
anyway.
I'm torn on this one. So you're taking the Tide?
It pains me to say this, but yeah.
I think I gotta take them too. I don't want to, but I think I got.
I don't want to at all. I do not want to do that.
Hey man, how about the Bulldogs? Mississippi State, Illinois, the Illini. Bulldogs all day.
Bulldogs.
This is the Reliquest Bowl.
Illinois has 2 chances in this game: Slim and none, and Slim left town.
Well, and it's funny because they're actually a 2-point favorite. Yeah, so says
Illinois.
Vegas. Illinois is, yeah. The power predictor or the matchup predictor.
They're not winning this game, bro. It's not happening.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bulldogs all day here. How can you?
I was taking them regardless.
I agree.
Anything associated with Mike Leach, I'm picking them.
Yeah, I think that they have the magic on their side for this one. Now, here's one I know you really must be licking your chops at. Tulane, USC, AT&T Stadium. This is the game I want to go to, by the way. This just sounds fun to be there. Hey, let me tell you something. This is going to be a good game.
It is.
Tulane. I'm curious to see. I think Vegas has USC as only like a 1.5 point favorite. Because Caleb Williams is not playing, right? Because he's hurt.
Is he hurt?
I think because he got hurt in the Pac-12 championship game.
But I don't know literally anything about USC's backup quarterback. I don't even know who he is. So if God, I'm such a big fan of Tulane, bro. I like Tulane a lot, and it's crazy to see a group of 5 team in a New Year's Six bowl. Like it's been happening, but like you didn't expect it to be Tulane as the American champion making it to the bowl game against USC.
Caleb Williams will be playing.
He will play in the Cotton Bowl.
He will play in the Cotton Bowl.
That changes my answer.
First of all, good for Tulane being in this game. Like let's just start there. Congratulations to Tulane for getting to the fucking Cotton Bowl.
I'm glad you're here, Tulane.
They're trying to earn their way back into the SEC.
Yeah, I think Tulane keeps it close in the first half, but I think USC wins. I think USC is just going to have to.
I'm going to teach you a lesson, motherfucker. Tulane by 10. I'm taking Tulane.
I hope you're right. I'm gonna be cheering for Tulane.
I'm taking your advice.
I'm gonna be yelling "Roll Wave" from the couch.
LSU, the Tigers. Purdue, actually Purdue this year because they didn't do their job in the championship game. But Purdue, LSU and Purdue, who you got? Vegas has got LSU as a 10-point favorite. That's easy enough for me. I'm taking the Tigers.
Yeah, my Tigers somehow made it to the bowl. I guess that's what happens when you're the SEC running up in the champions playoff.
Yeah, we'll take that. Right?
Yeah, we'll take it. Me and Brian were talking on Messenger the other day on Facebook. He was talking about how, his team lost to the two biggest rivals. They had a very up and down season, got blown out first. And I was like, I feel just the opposite. I thought we were going to suck here. I thought before the season started, I thought we were going to be bad. I know Brian Kelly's a good coach, but first-year coaches don't typically do. You guys are talking about Tulane like it's your little bro about to go skydiving.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought we were going to be bad. And then I watched our game against Florida State, and I thought we were going to be worse. I was like, oh, my God. What could possibly go? And then we beat Alabama. We beat Ole Miss.
LSU's look like Florida all year. Like, they're winning games not supposed to win, losing games not supposed to lose. I can't figure them out.
Yeah.
But you have to be taking the Tigers here, right?
Oh, I am. 100%.
Okay.
We know Purdue is spoiler makers or whatever, but like
Purdue's gonna Purdue.
And we do have a little weird number next to our name, and Purdue likes to beat ranked teams.
They do,
especially when they're not ranked.
That's their hobby.
The Tigers.
That's their hobby. They do that. They do that. Rock climbing, knitting, and upsetting teams with funny numbers.
Brian says 9-3 club. Aren't we 9-4? LSU's 9 because we lost the 9-3 regular season.
Yeah,
and we lost the SEC championship, which I knew we would do. We got waxed.
Paid. Ohio. Here we go. Penn State and Utah.
Penn State and Utah. Yeah.
Hey man, Utah just came off that. Utah just came with that big win against USC.
They did. They got to beat the Heisman Trophy winner 2 times. Penn State, I like James Franklin as a coach, and Penn State's always one of those teams. They're right there.
Yeah.
But it's like they can't get over the hump. Like they can't beat Michigan. They can't beat Ohio State. I do think they should shift around the balance of the teams in the Big Ten, because it's a little weird to have Michigan State in the Big Ten East. It's a little weird.
Hey, Purdue likes that. Purdue likes it.
Purdue likes that too. Yeah, let them have all the powerhouses over there while the Big Ten West cannibalizes each other.
I agree. They can't win the big one. And that's why I'm taking the Utes.
Yeah, I'm also taking Utah. Cam Rising is one hell of a football player.
And one hell of a name.
Yeah.
All right, boy. The big one. Here we go, my boy. We got the Ohio State Buckles against the Georgia Bulldogs.
Ohio State, this is I normally do it at the beginning of the year, but this is the time. Brian says that we beat Utah, so by the transitive property, Oregon's the Pac-12 champ.
That's right, baby.
Yeah. Ohio State, this is the time I would like to remind your fans that your
brain does math, neural activation. Just fucking we actually are the best. Go ahead. Sorry.
Ohio State, I would like to remind your fans that your mascot is a nut. I'd like to remind you of that. Yeah. Georgia by a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think this is close.
I agree. I think Georgia is going to win it all. Much as I hate to say it, Kirby Smart is the most boring man I've ever seen on the sideline in my entire life. I can't stand watching football games with him on the sideline. It's so boring to me.
I like Kirby though.
It's fine, I guess. It's just a boring team. Look at the Green Bay Packers logo, except with different colors. I can't stand Georgia. I really fucking hate Georgia. I'd rather Bama. I really am. I got Stockholm syndrome for Bama. I'm tired of Georgia already.
I fully disagree with you.
Get him out of here.
I'm not tired of Georgia.
Tired of the Bulldogs. Boring. But yeah, give me Georgia in this one.
Yeah, Georgia. Go Dogs.
All right, TCU, Michigan, the Wolverines, the Horned Frogs in the Fiesta Bowl. And Michigan is a 7.5-point favorite, my boy. But Max Duggan says, I don't care who's the favorite. I'm Max Duggan. Not minimum Duggan, Max Duggan. Who you got?
He's got red hair, too. He looks like Ed Sheeran's cousin.
I'm thinking out loud. Touchdown.
Yeah. Michigan's pretty damn good.
They are. They run the ball. They do it well.
All year, once we found out, what the playoff was going to be, predicted Michigan to win it all.
They beat Ohio State by a double-digit number.
They did. Brian says my hatred of the Buckeyes overrides my exhaustion. I agree with you.
I agree. Michigan's toughest game was against Illinois. Let that sink in.
Low key. Michigan got it done 2 years in a row, which, kind of maybe proves that Ohio State aren't what they used to be. Maybe Michigan's the new top dog in the Big Ten. Michigan, Ohio State going to keep trading blows. Michigan's very good. TCU, coming off a disappointing loss in Big 12 championship. Every neuron in my brain, because I'm down by so many points, is telling me to take. But you know what? Fuck it. TCU's going to shock the world. Give me the Horned Frogs.
I think that's very possible. That could happen. I'm taking the Wolverines because I've been big on them all year. I've been big on them for a couple years. Give me Michigan, but you know what?
Say this, watch TCU get blown the fuck out, because that's what happens in the first playoff.
But let me tell you something, man. It would not.
I'm gonna pick TCU to be fun because I'm probably not beating you anyway. But if they do that one and I get them 2 points, there's gonna be Michigan and Georgia.
They probably will. But
what if it was Ohio State and Michigan? What if Ohio State did the impossible and beat Georgia?
What if it was Ohio State and TCU?
That'd be nuts.
That's TCU's path. That honestly, if TCU is going to win a natty this year, by the way, congratulations to TCU for being the first Texas team to make the playoff. Congratulations, that's a big deal. I think if you go back to the beginning of the college football playoff era, and you can make a bet at the first Texas team making it to the playoff to beat TCU.
You would have said TCU because they should have been in 2014, you chumps.
Well, I think you'd make a lot of money because this is not. I don't think anyone expected TCU to be the first team to make the playoff from Texas. So, give me the Wolverines. But yeah, man, I think if you're TCU, you're rooting for Ohio State, and you got to go win this game. And I think that's the team you can't beat. I don't think you're beating Georgia. I don't think anybody's beating.
TCU's not beating Georgia.
But TCU could beat Ohio State. Absolutely.
You could beat Ohio State.
So yeah. we'll see.
I'm gonna take the Horned Frogs. I think Max Duggan got that dog in him.
Max Duggan got that dog in him. No doubt about it. He got that dog, and he got that Ed Sheeran in him as well. So.
Yeah. This guy I watch on TikTok, and he showed, that bus meme side of the cliffs, and there's the other guy. He was like, and the sad side said sports stats nerd, and the other one said he got that dog in him, and he goes, he was this guy was like, he goes, I think the phrase "he got that dog in" has been overused a lot here lately. But he goes, if there's one player that exemplifies this, it's Taylor Heineke. Mm-hmm. He goes, this man plays every game like they're going to take him out back and put two in the back of his head if he doesn't win.
Hell yeah.
And he was like, he just plays a game of F it. Terry's down there somewhere.
Yes, dude. Well, that's how I feel about TCU. Like, I feel like TCU is, to me, they exemplify the whole, all the stats say Michigan should win this game by 10, and then TCU's like, that can't stop me because I can't read. It don't matter. We are what they are.
Brian says his favorite soft insult is Drongo. I like that a lot. My favorite soft insult is calling somebody a jackwagon.
I like
jackwagon a lot.
I like to call people an absolute fence post.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one as well. I also like to, whenever I say do something dumb, just spam like, oh, I have aardvark brain. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Well, there's your bowl picks, people. There's your bowl picks.
Oh, we didn't talk about the game of bowl season.
All right, let's hear.
Not on our list.
What is
absolute. If you want to watch the absolute sickos committee game of the year, I need you to tune into Iowa and Kentucky.
Iowa and Kentucky is going to be ugly as hell.
They're both like 6-6, I think, maybe. There's some 6-6, 7-5, some.
Kentucky 6-5 or 6-6. Iowa 7-5.
Both of their offenses are like in the bottom third on offense. Will Levis is not playing this game. Kentucky's starting running back is not playing this game. Both of their defenses are like top 25. Yeah. Take the under. This game is going to be bowling shoe ugly. There are going to be so many punts in this game, bro.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to watch, it's going to be the special teams bowl.
Yeah. I don't even know what bowl game they're playing.
Don't even have the offense take the field. Just punt every single possession until somebody scores, and then continue.
Yeah.
Make it be a special
like the special teams challenge in NCAA 2010.
I would watch the.
I would watch two teams really do that. I really would.
100%. That'd be so.
I don't think they ever would because punt return is like a very dangerous. Like you can get injured a lot on that. Like
that's true.
Logistically, I don't think they'd ever do it, but hey, you only have to do like unless you score. No, because it's first score wins. You only have to do one kickoff. So you better hope you win a damn coin toss.
Yeah.
You give me the ball, and then just put all your fast people in the field. Just put your hands team out. And then there was another thing. Anyway, there's your bowl game picks, folks. There's a lot more bowl games than that, but
there's your bowl games, man. We did it.
Yeah, we have reached that we are almost done with our fourth year of this.
That's crazy to think about.
It really is.
We'll be back after bowl season has concluded to pick the Natty. That'll be our finale show where we just take it all in. But it's been a hell of a year.
And then we'll see you, maybe little 30-minute news updates. And then we'll see you for
a little March Madness. Yeah.
And then next year we're going to be an NFL show, potentially.
Hell yeah. I like that. I just enjoy NFL way more nowadays.
I need to start watching more NFL because I watch the Cowboys, nothing else.
I watch about 3 NFL games every week at least, and then I catch the highlights of most of the other ones.
Yeah. Well, now you got 2 games to watch considering that your wife has chosen a team.
Oh, we were stressing watching the Bills and the Cowboys at the same time last weekend.
Oh, were they on at the same time?
Same time, and I'm just sitting here screaming about the Texans, and she's over in the corner like, "Why?"
Oh, we almost fucked it to the Texans, bruh. Hey, is that not the most cowboy shit you've ever seen in your life?
Let me tell you something.
Hung 40 on the Vikings. Beat that ass.
There's 2 reasons.
And then almost lost to them.
There's 2 reasons that's a quality win. Here, let me tell you why. Number one. The first reason is a 2-part. Number one is that the Texans' defense has been pretty solid all year. They just haven't been able to move the ball. But they made a change at quarterback, and because they made that change at quarterback, things were different this week. I think this is a better Texans team than has been playing all year. Number one.
Also, they had 14 points off of turnovers because Kevontae Turpin muffed a punt and Dak threw a pick.
Right. So that is a part of it. The other reason it's a big win is because that last 99-yard drive, the defensive stop we made on the goal line, that shows resilience. Listen, man, things like that.
Lawrence hit the shit out of Rex Burkhead. I was like, thank God.
That shit is good for morale. That shit is so good for morale. And so to come away with that game, considering all the shit that happened, that helps the team's morale. That lets them know, hey, look, we can be down and come back and be fine, right? That's
see, like the Cowboys always do that. We always get down to our competition, which tells me in my head we play the Jaguars. The Jaguars they're bad, but like sometimes they just beat the dog out the Titans, right? They just beat the Titans by double digits.
It's not going to be a gimme. It's not going to be a gimme.
It's not going to be a gimme against the Jaguars.
We're
gonna play.
We need Micah Parsons to go wrap up that motherfucking L'Oreal Pantene shampoo
Taylor Swift
commercial.
playing quarterback.
We got to put him down.
Trap House Sports. For those of you who have TikTok, go look up Trap House Sports. He's like an NFL commentator, but he has the funniest. He's so funny, bro. He's a Cowboys fan, and his tag on TikTok is depressed Cowboys fan, because who among us are not depressed Cowboys fans?
I love that dude.
He said, he was like, Michael Parsons is just a monitor shoulder.
Oh yeah. Brian says
another one I like. He's obliged to pester you about your backlog.
It's going well, man. I've been a little busy this week, but I'm about to finally have a little time, and I'll be able to catch up some. And then, but no, it's going well. I'm trucking along. I'm probably gonna finish about 3 games this month, and so
I've got like 10 games that I can count for you, like on hand. I need to like put it.
Gotta get them together, man.
Like I'm still playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This game long.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to like 100% the game, which is making it longer. So after that I'm gonna play Arkham Knight. Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. And then after that I'm gonna play probably Spider-Man.
And
then after that I'm gonna play God of War. And then after all those, some combination of Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. What else? There's another one.
Lots of good AAA shit, huh?
Kind of want to play that Avengers game. I've heard it's kind of bad.
I kind of want the last Spider-Man movie to ever be made to just be called Peter, like they did with Wolverine.
Yeah. Logan's one of my favorite movies of all time, bro.
I still haven't seen it.
It's so good. Go watch it, bro.
I heard it's amazing.
It's violent than a motherfucker.
Good.
It's violent as hell, which is like, if you know anything about Wolverine or the old man,
I'd expect nothing less.
Logan's violent as hell. Like, and I told people when it came out, all those kids, Deadpool, which you absolutely should not have done. I told people when this, like, I posted, I was like, this is going to be Wolverine at his, like, darkest, grittiest, most violent. Do not take your kids to see this movie. Don't do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just the trailer.
It says I'd be scared of a movie called Peter about a tired Peter Parker.
Right.
I want a movie. I want a whole movie. I want a whole movie of Peter B. Parker from Into the Spider-Verse. From like where we start seeing him in Into the Spider-Verse, that like jaded, like tired, like has-been Spider-Man. Like, I want that movie.
I do too.
I don't want like the plucky high school kid. I want like jaded old Spider-Man.
Tell a different story,
Yeah. I still haven't seen No Way Home yet, so.
Me neither. Oh no, you need to.
I'm catching up.
I take it back.
I'm catching up on Marvel.
Good shit.
We started watching What If right before the show. So
nice. Well, my friends, it's been a hell of a year. We'll be back, of course, for our grand finale show. But I want to thank you all so much, Brian.
That's probably what, 2 weeks, a couple weeks from now.
Yeah, whatever week it is, we'll be here.
Because today's the 13th, so we're gonna take a couple weeks off.
Yeah, we'll be back for that, and then. But yeah, seriously, guys, thank you so much. It's been a hell of a year.
We gotta have not such a long off season.
Yeah, we do. We gotta.
That stretch between March and September is kind of long.
That sure hurts. So we'll be back. We always are.
We gotta talk. Let's talk some baseball in the summer.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, Merry Holiday. Take care of your loved ones. Thank you guys.
Happy Holiday. Thank Miss
great year.
Annika.
Brian, Will, appreciate you guys being here. Anyone else that's dropped in or catching the replays, thank you so much for doing that. We'll see you guys real soon. And until then, let the good times roll. Take care of yourselves. Have a damn good one. And we will be here having ourselves
in a few weeks
a lovely old time. So be good, y'all. Take care and see you soon.